June 6th, 2020, the anniversary of D-Day. Anyway, I wanted to start making videos again. I can't ride a motorcycle anymore, so it won't be the old Motorick type of videos. So it's mostly going to be just sort of what's going on with me. So life update, because it's been a long time since I've uploaded anything with any information about me. But in 2017, the company I was working for was going through really severe economic difficulties, and I got laid off. And about the time I got laid off, I started experiencing severe health problems. Things like my back bothering me so bad I couldn't sleep at night. So I went to the doctors and went to a spine doctor first, and they did a simple x-ray, and first words out of his mouth was, well, your back doesn't look very good. I was shocked because I always thought I had a very strong back. And so it led to eventually having more x-rays done, and that led to having some MRIs done. Had separate MRIs done for my lower, middle, and upper back, and was shocked to find out that my spine has a combination of arthritis, scoliosis, and stenosis. Stenosis is a narrowing of the bone where the nerves run through your spine, creating pressure points, and can cause pain. I was told that scoliosis by itself can cause pain, and of course arthritis causes pain. So as soon as I quit working, I had planned when I retired eventually to take trips across the country on my motorcycle. That was something I always dreamed of doing. So it was really a shock to the system to find out that I not only couldn't do that, but I really had to quit riding a motorcycle completely. Part of that was that I was finding more and more that my sense of balance was deteriorating, not to the point where I was falling down, but to the point where after long rides, for instance, coming back from a long ride up to North Georgia, back down to the metro area where I lived, that after many minutes on the interstate or on the highway, when I would come to the exit ramp and have to stop at the top of the exit ramp, I found that I was suddenly having trouble maintaining my balance, and it just started getting worse. And so I just realized that I had to give up the bike. And to say that's a disappointment is a major understatement, but I have a lot of interest in different things, so I thought I'll just try to forget about motorcycling and do other things. I have a strong interest in firearms, so I thought, well, I'll just focus on that. And so I built up a little bit of a collection, and there's some nice places to shoot, and I would just focus on that. And but my health kept me from being employed. I realized I would never be able to work full time anymore. So, and I wasn't old enough for Social Security. So I started investigating, what can I get Social Security disability? Because I didn't have just one health issue. I had a multitude of health issues. It wasn't just my spine. It was I have a severe case of peripheral neuropathy. I have a pretty bad case of sleep apnea. Where I had to have my gallbladder removed. Found out that I've got a damaged esophagus, and and also, it turns out I ended up being diagnosed with Cushing's syndrome, which is caused by excessive cortisol in the blood, which can cause you to gain weight. It can cause you just to feel horrible all the time. It can cause loss of sleep. There's just a whole bunch of things. You can look it up, but it was really hard to diagnose. Usually Cushing's syndrome is brought on by excessive steroid I don't know. And I know steroids have something to do with it. I've never taken artificial steroids, but I know that people that do, that apparently is one of the most common causes of Cushing's syndrome. But I've never taken steroids. Never had steroids given to me for any medical condition. So I knew that wasn't it. It turned out that I had a benign tumor on my adrenal gland, my left adrenal gland, which is a large gland connected to the kidney. And so I went to an endocrinologist for a while, and he was, they were MRIing that and doing blood tests on a regular basis. He was very reluctant to diagnose Cushing's syndrome, I think because it's kind of unusual, and he wanted to be sure. So he did a lot of tests, and basically eliminated every other possible cause of the symptoms I was having. And so they went ahead and surgically removed the entire left adrenal gland. And adrenal glands are not like the appendix. You need them. So now I'm functioning on the right adrenal gland because it secretes hormones that you need. So that's another reason why he didn't want to remove the adrenal gland on the left side unless it was absolutely necessary. So after removing the adrenal gland, they did many more blood tests, and my cortisol count went way down. I lost weight immediately. Other symptoms disappeared, so he felt like he had made the right diagnosis. But I mean, it took a long time to diagnose it. Anyway, so all of that basically made it impossible for me to work a full-time job. So I had heard that getting Social Security disability is very difficult, and I was advised to get an attorney, Social Security disability attorney, to help me, so I did. And sure enough, from the time we first made application until I was approved was about 2 years. So 2 years without working or having a paycheck, and can't collect Social Security. So we were drawing, my wife was already retired, so we were drawing down our savings pretty fast. And but I finally got approved, and one nice thing is that when you are approved, you get your Social Security disability benefits going back to the day you applied. And so I got a little back payment there. Nothing huge, but something anyway. And so I've just been, we've just had to adjust to living on a fixed income now. And then with the COVID thing, just blowing out our retirement savings, we're really having to be careful with our money. So anyway, I say all that. Let me start talking about the positives. So I've had a lot of time on my hands, obviously. Um, so um, I've been doing things that don't require the kind of energy or strength that you would. That normally the activities I enjoy require activity. Actually doing things like when I was riding a motorcycle, sitting on a two-wheeled motorcycle going hundreds of miles north and south and east and west, and that requires a fair amount of stamina, especially at my age. And I enjoyed it. It wasn't bad. But can't do that anymore. So now I'm just basically staying out of trouble. We have 4 parrots. They're small parrots. They're what are known as conures. 2 green-cheeked conures, and 1 hybrid conure that's a mix between a green-cheek and a sun conure, and 1 pure sun conure. 4 birds, and in order to keep them happy and healthy, they require a lot of attention. You have to have them out for hours a day, or they just aren't happy. And if they're not happy, their mental health starts declining, and they'll start things like self-plucking of their feathers, and so you just got to keep them healthy. It's just pitiful to see a parrot go downhill. I mean, I haven't personally seen one, but I've seen videos of one, and I've heard stories. So we enjoy them. I mean, they're like having little feathered dogs. They're very intelligent. Um, they can learn to speak. I mean, they're just mimicking us, but they can learn to talk. They can do tricks. They're very smart to catch on. Conures are one of the kinds of parrots. There are others that bond tightly with a mate, and so they get jealous of each other. So we have 4. There are 2 that are bonded to each other, and the other 2 are bonded to each other. But they will fight outside of their bond. They will fight with the other parrots. So we can only have 2 out at a time. They're bonded with both me and Mindy, so they don't attack either one of us. So they're funny. I'll probably upload several videos of them. Anyway, that's what's going on with me. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a great day, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.